Hi and welcome in this video. Dzień dobry, kurwa, to all my Polish friends watching this video right now. Today I show you my favorite settings on the Sony a7S II to get a nice cinematic look.
My name is Benjamin Jaworskyj, photographer and adventurer. 10 years ago, I started to teach myself photography. Today, I travel the world as a professional photographer and filmmaker. Learn from my experiences, mistakes and tips and join me on my photography adventures.
Maybe you've seen my video already with the a6000, which was more a basic filmmaking settings video, and this is the more advanced video. You need a more expensive camera. This is the a7S II, but it's similar to the a7rII. They have almost the same filmmaking settings. So everything I explain now are my favorite settings that I used, for example, for the Norway or the Sweden video that you might have seen on this channel already. So lean back and enjoy the show. I'm in the manual film mode now, and the first thing I want to set is the focus peaking, one of the best things Sony cameras actually have, and mirrorless camera usually have all as well. What I choose in my camera is always the peaking level on high, so I want the highest possible peaking, and I take the peaking color to red or yellow. Never on white, because white appears in nature, usually on eyes, teeth, clouds. In a lot of situations where you film, you have white, so you can't see where the focus actually is with white. But red and yellow works pretty cool. And just to show it to you, when I focus now, you see the red little things here, those little ends. This is the focus peaking, and I can see directly where my focus is right now. Now in this part, and when I now zoom a bit to the back or focus on the back, then I have the focus there, and all with the focus peaking. Great little helper. When you see cinematic footage or Hollywood movies, you usually see those black bars on the top and on the bottom. And they are not there because they add them. They film in different format. And usually your screen is just bigger, and that's why you have those black bars. But when you want to crop your footage or just add those black bars afterwards, it's pretty helpful to see already how it would look like when you are filming, to set the frame right, a nice composition and everything. You can do it by going in the menu, go on marker display, and then just turn it on, and then go to marker settings in the aspect and just choose not 16:9, what it usually is, but go to the last one, which is the cinematic kind of crop lines you have then on the top and on the bottom. And when you then want to have a grid as well, you can go to guide frame, go on off, and then you have even more lines, but now can make a very nice composition and everything already scaled to that special format. Very helpful to get a nice cinematic composition in camera already. The next settings I choose are actually the quality of your footage, and I choose as a file format usually a7sII HD or the same as 4K. That has the highest bitrate and the best quality, but you need special SD cards for that. They have to be fast enough, but then you get the most quality out of this and can actually film internal 4K in that camera, or at least with a high bitrate, 50 frames, for example. For nice cinematic filming, you need actually a very accurate shutter speed, so don't do your shutter speed too fast. I know I have the video where I talk about the filmmaking lies, and this is one of the lies, but for real cinematic pro footage, you usually check the frame rate a lot. And in this case, I have 50 frames right there, and I have a 50th of a shutter, so this would be too slow. It's my minimum, I could choose it, but I usually take double my frame rate as a shutter speed. So when I have 50 frames, I take 1/100th, or when I have 25 frames, I take 1/50th of a second. So always double your frame rate as a shutter speed. You can do it as well without, but especially when you have movements like with the gimbal or with anything else, with a drone or something, you don't have smooth movements anymore. The movements will look very shaky because of the fast shutter speed. You see like every small micro movement because of the fast shutter speed, and as well you have very clear structures, especially with a drone or with a gimbal. The next thing I want to set in the camera is actually SLog. Maybe you heard of SLog. That is kind of a pro thing. When you just started with filmmaking, don't bother too much with SLog. I talked about that in the filmmaking lies as well. But when you are more into filmmaking, want more of the look, want more grading actually done, because you have to do the grading with SLog, then it's a great thing. So I go to the picture profile, and then I go to PP7, which is SLog 2, and then I go to the right, so click to the right, and there you can see SLog 2 as gamma already set. For people that don't know what SLog is, it's just a flat picture profile, super flat. You have less contrast, less color, less everything in this thing, but you can grade it very good afterwards. You can set the exposure afterwards even better without a lot of loss, which you usually have when you don't film SLog. And then one special tip, I take color mode Pro. Usually there's S gamut set, but I take Pro, and I got the tip from a Spanish filmmaker named Javier Sombremadas, I think he's called like that. Shout out to you. Sorry when I pronounced the surname wrong. He takes Pro and I take Pro as well, since he taught me, because you get more color when you take Pro. Gamut is less color and Pro is more color, and Pro sounds professional, so take Pro. What I do with the a7S II, with the a7R II, with the a7 II, or with ever camera that has a sensor stabilizer, I go to menu and go to SteadyShot and turn it on. When you turn it off, it's a mess. Maybe you think, oh, I'm so stable with my hands, but you will get the shakiest fucking footage ever when you turn that thing off. We tried that with a gimbal and you think, oh, a gimbal, it's so stable. But actually, because the sensor is free swinging then when it's turned off, you get so much shaking in that image that you don't know where it's actually from till you turn that thing on. So always turn it on, and then you can, whatever camera you have, turn it on with whatever lens you have, turn it on auto, or just go on manual and take the focal length you are actually using. And there are some people that say I put it like when I film with 24 on 30 or on 40, they say it's more stable, you just have to try it out for yourself. And the last thing I set in this camera, which is quite annoying when you want to do filmmaking, is this thing here. So turn that thing off, because whenever you put it closer to your body or when you use a gimbal or anything, you don't see a lot on the back screen. So just go in the menu, go on Finder Monitor. Now it's on auto, and you just want to turn the viewfinder off and just use the monitor. So now when I do it like this, nothing turns off because only the back screen is working. Those were my favorite settings to get a nice cinematic filmmaking look on the Sony a7S II, and as mentioned already, as well with the R2. Tell me your favorite settings as well. Maybe I missed something, maybe there's something in this camera that I don't know, then write it in the comments below. And if you have any camera I should talk about as well, maybe about settings, filmmaking settings or anything, and then just write it in the comments below as well, other topics. Now, quick commercial. When you want to learn more about filmmaking, check out learnfromben.com. This is my website. There are video courses, and we just filmed a course about filmmaking, the basics of filmmaking. You learn everything from an interview situation, the right sound, the right light, the right B-roll material, how to make nice movement shots, low budget solutions, and all the good stuff in this video course. And there's as well a course about cutting everything together for a nice video. So check them out at learnfromben.com. And I say goodbye, thank you for watching this video, hit thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course I say do widzenia to all my Polish friends, kurwa, that's just fun, you know what I mean. And if you live in a country I should give a shout out to in the next video, then just write it in the comments as well. So see you next time, and make great movies.